Whoa. Hey, YouTube, what's up? How'd you guys already get on there when I didn't go live yet? That's impressive. How are you guys? I know my lighting's really fucking weird tonight because I have those on instead of my other lights. So you'll have to excuse my hideousness. How are you? There you are. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Shelly. Thank you. What's up? It was so weird. I just pushed to go live and there was already people on there. Look, I have a hair right here. I have a crazy hair day. How are you guys doing? Excuse me, I have to have a tissue. I'm sitting over here by the fire. I got like a pan of snow and I put it underneath the stove to melt it so I could water my plants in here. Because I keep forgetting to bring water. Oh, thank you, honey. Mm-hmm. It's crazy hair day. Look at. Sometimes I come out and it's not on. And then other times I come out and it's on. She likes to turn that on. So I just leave her in there with those lights. I just put the Halloween-y whatever lights that I use for the hat, you know. I stuffed them all in there and then I was going to put it up in the, you know, up in the loft. And then I stuffed her in there and she just likes it and she turns those lights off and on. So I just let her. So I got some good news today. My books are ready and they are on their way to me. And I got a tracking number and everything. So I'm very excited. They'll be here hopefully. I can't remember what it said. I think let me check. I think it said the 21st, but I could be thinking about something else. Hang on. Let me check really quick. So I have a lot of work to get started on out here in order to be ready for them. Hang on, let me find. There it is, tracking. Yep, no, they'll be here on the 21st. Well, excuse me, I'm not going to start anything with them until the first of the year, so it's okay. So I have to have some time with them, you know, before I start doing anything. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you. Nobody could see it. Look, you guys, it's a Krampus. It's a Krampus shirt. I know. I'm obsessed with Krampus. So what are you guys doing tonight? It's kind of late to be up. Well, it's not because it's Friday night, right? Oh, this one? Whatever. Working. Me too. I'm going to do some, that's awesome. You got yours in August. That's really cool. So you're familiar with it. Have you read it? I haven't read all of mine, but I think that I probably have, but I haven't like dug into it. Like I kind of skimmed through the whole thing, and then I pull out parts that I need, and then I practice them, you know, like evocations and invocations, and I've done all the evocations and invocations with Hecate Lucifer and Belial because, well, yeah, because I want to. And I've called for Cerberus, and I've done those things, but you know, no, it's because he was he was working on my books, and so it's not a problem. No, it seems to be fine so far. I just looked at it a minute ago, and it's doing good right now. Jeff, your candle's doing good. But he was working on my books had him, you know, he had to do some stuff. And so, you know, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about all that, but I think you guys already know anyways. But yeah, he was on some sabbatical, like taking a break. And so he said he was going to ship them out on the 10th or the 12th or the 14th or something like that. But I think he said the 10th. But just email him and ask him. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, they're all, it's numbered and signed too. It's so awesome. Yeah, they're all numbered and signed. And my new ones that I have will have blood in them because they had like a sacrifice. And so but I'm pretty sure it's his blood in mine. Hello, darling. This is SA. Hi, SA. I hope you are doing well. I have a question about an unblocking you did for me recently. Okay. What's your question? I did all the ones that I had. I did on a live chat a couple of days ago. Like there's a video on it. If that's your question. Yep, I opened them all up, and the turnaround time for unblocking and booster the same for the initial spell. I have no idea. There's no time. It just depends on what the spell is, what has to be done, how many obstacles are in the way. There's lots of, you know, things that have to be shifted and moved around, and you can't really, you know, say like how long it's going to take. Usually is what I say is if you haven't seen any movement in 28 days in one moon cycle, that's like nothing, no movement at all, then we need to do an unblocking. If you're seeing movement, like he's texting you just to say hi, how are you doing, whatever like that, but he's still not like committing or not like, you know, going the rest of the way, and you want to do a booster, we can do boosters as much as you want. And it's kind of the same thing, kind of, sort of, except for that I'm saying to boost the energy. I'm boosting the energy. And with an unblocking, I'm saying remove all blocks, you know. And so, yeah, it just depends. Does that make sense to you? SA. Oh, I remember. Okay. Cool. But yeah, so that's just kind of, you know, how they go. Like right now I have one that I get to do today or tonight or whenever. I got one in today to do that. He is like he's calling and stuff, just like, been thinking about you. I just wanted to call and say hi. You know, how are you doing? And then, you know, she's answering him and everything, but he's not like, you know, making a date and things like that. He's just like calling to check in. Like every time he thinks about her, he texts her and messages her. And, like, you know, is liking her things on Facebook and blah, blah, blah. But he's just like needs that little boost. And so we're going to be boosting him up. Because sometimes, you know, I think that a lot of times the energy will like go through them and then they'll start calling you and stuff. Hi, sweetie. And then they get distracted. You know, they'll like go to work and they'll get distracted and their mind will get off of the energy kind of thing. And then when they're done being distracted, then they'll be thinking about you again. And then, you know, I think that some people just need that little extra kick in the ass. Yes, they do. So we'll just give it to them. Some people don't need it. Some people do very well with the energy. Sometimes, you know, it's just different for everyone. Oh, yeah, because we just did that like last week, right? So, like, have you watched my videos on what to do and stuff? It was around Thanksgiving. Really? That long ago? Oh. Well, have you had any contact with him at all? I guess that wasn't that long ago. It was 2 weeks ago. Oh, good, good. Okay, cool. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time. Some people are just slower than others. Well, you can just shoot him a text and be like, "Hi, I just wanted to say hi," or something, you know. See how you're doing. It's been long enough that you should be able to do that. Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, yeah. Send those because that's very effective. Yep. Um, Sometimes even I send those. Sometimes, like when I'm doing certain, you know, even if I'm like grocery shopping, and then I'll start thinking about a spell I did. I'll just follow it up and send it out. Yep. It's effective. I have really bad lighting tonight, you guys. Makes me feel hideous. Good, good. It's awesome. Yep. Thank you, honey. Yeah, it's better. Thank you, Shelly. It's better to not like go on like stalker mode or whatever. I mean, if you guys communicate like on Facebook, then that's one thing. But just like sometimes people will be like, on their page and like commenting on every little thing, and they're like, what the hell? You know, it's not good. Then they get all paranoid, and yeah, and it's not healthy. Yeah. Yeah, it's better to just like let them have their little space that they think they need, and wonder. I like let them have a chance to miss you and to wonder what you're doing and to think about you. But that's why I say like every 2 weeks, just drop a little text saying, hi, how have you been? And that's it. Just to put that seed in there. Even if they don't answer you, you're still putting that little, when he looks at it, he's thinking of you. And then it goes from there. It just grows. So that's it's good to do that. I think. That's how I feel about it anyways. I know everybody has their own way, and that's cool, but I think that this way is more effective. I have really enjoyed doing the good luck. Oh, I really enjoyed doing the good luck spells that I did yesterday, and one of them that I did, she messaged me tonight, like right before I came out here, and said that she said that she was glad that it got done because she almost had a head-on accident and the car missed her. And so she was like, whew, she really thought that she was going to have a problem there. And then it ended up, she was okay. But then when she got home, her garage was flooded and she was like, oh my gosh, now what? But when they came out, I guess, to fix it or whatever, they told her she was lucky because it could have blown up her whole house, and it didn't. It just flooded out the garage. And so she was like, I was like, this sounds wrong to me, but she was right. She was looking at it from the other way, So yeah, it ended up being a blessing. Sorry for the confusion. Hang on. Yeah, it's hard for me to know. Like, I get you guys. I have a hard time. Everybody has different names that they use for. There's a different Facebook name, different email name, different names. And then there's different PayPal names, there's different YouTube names, all for one person. And so it can be so you guys just have to be patient with me because it's hard to know everybody's different things. Hi, I printed up your information tonight. So your stuff is sitting, and I already have been told what kind of a spell to do for you by Belial. And so I'm not sure what's going on with you, but yeah. So I'm going to be doing it with him. And, well, I usually do those kind of spells with him anyways, but while I was printing it, he was like showing me how to do it, how he wants it done. So I was like, okay, we can do that. I'm all about it. And so, it's going to be a good one, but he definitely wants you protected. Let's see. You're welcome. You too, sweetie. Uh-oh. I noticed that a lot of people are getting sick right now. Hello, sweetheart. A lot of people are not feeling well right now. I think it's just this crazy time of year, you know. Crazy time of year. But I'm so excited. I'm going to be working hard this week on getting everything changed around in here and getting set up for our new thing. And I'm trying to decide if I have to make like a whole new channel for it. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet. But lately, I've been noticing a lot of videos about him in my recommendations. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, he just showed me right away how he wants it done. And so, and that happens a lot of times. Like when I'm printing up the information in the pictures, as soon as I look into the eyes on the picture, like it'll just come to me how they want it, you know, how they want it done, what they want done with you. And so, yeah, it's not uncommon, but it was cool that he just like right away had plans. So yeah, you're going to be well protected and it won't be able to come back on you. Once it's taken off, it's off. And he wants me to do a special thing with you too. Well, you'll see. It's a surprise. Surprise. But yeah, I'm not doing it tonight. Tonight's love night. So I'm probably going to do it. I don't know. We'll see if they let me work on Sunday. If they let me work on Sunday, then I'll do it on Sunday. If not, then it'll be like sometime next week. I think something's going on with me because when you first cast, I saw great movement. Then it trickled off, and since the booster, there's been nothing. I've been depressed since then too. Really? Well, what are you doing that's different? You know, like something's you doing something different. Oh, yeah. When you see those, it's like in those whenever you see things like that, the veil is thin right there in those areas. And so are you going through some kind of shadow work or anything like that? Sorry. Hello. But Kelly, are you going through like shadow work of any kind, or are you like going through any kind of like initiations or um, you know, growing stuff? Yeah. Um, sometimes is what happens to me, like when I'm going to start going when I have to start going through some kind of shift. That's what I call it, shifting. Like there's stuff shifting around, Hecate's shaking it up a little. She'll dry it up. Like I won't have any spells or anything for like a few days. And then during those days, she'll be like messing up my world. And then sometimes it'll last like a whole week, sometimes 2 weeks. And then and then when I'm done, she'll just like boom, like a light switch, everything's back. And she does that. Like if you have stuff that she needs you, to go through, and we don't always understand why or what it is, but she just does that sometimes. So I try to remind myself that when that happens and just enjoy the time off from whatever. And then, rest and do your meditations and go through whatever it is. And the sooner you accept it and go through it, the faster things will start flowing again. Because she'll just put the brakes on. She's like, nope, you're going to stop for a while. I need you to go through these initiations. And she did that to me. She does it to me all this. Well, probably like once or twice, even a month, she'll do it. Usually I've gotten pretty good about, knowing that it's coming. And so then I just, go through it. Like I just do it, accept it, go through it, work through it with her or whoever. And it just depends on, usually it's with her. Usually if I have to go through things, it's with her, or she's always there when I'm going through things. Like if it's with Biliel or Lucifer, she's always usually there with me. For the last few years. Yeah, that's her energy. The blue and the purple. When she shows herself to me, it's always like I don't like physically see her like a person. I always see her right, with this. Like when I was sick in bed the other day, and she was there, it was like, okay, so this is what it was. This is what happened. Like I was in my bed and I was just laying there like, oh, this sucks. And I'm looking over and it was like, I was in my bed, but I wasn't in my room. I was in a space, like a big, dark space, in a different realm, if you will. And then she was standing there, and there were some other beings around. And then Belial was there, and he was like, boom, 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 walking around, looking at me, going like this, looking at me. And she was like, she's fine. She just needs rest, And then he was just like, ugh, and that was it. And she was just standing over me, looking at me, like, and then I was just like, oh, and I just went to sleep. But so like, but yeah, you just got to let yourself move aside if you want to see her. Just move your thoughts and your brain aside, and then you'll see her. And then sometimes when I'm meditating, and you know how when you first start meditating, your mind's thinking of all these different thoughts and things that you have going on, and things you need to do, your mind's racing. It'll be just like a snap, like a switch, and then it's just like boom, and there you are. She was showing me images of all the stuff. She was like, it's all gone. Let it go and stop holding on. Okay, so she set you up. She'll change your whole life around and rebuild it. And she'll change everything, rebuild you the way you're supposed to be on your path, the correct path that you're supposed to be on. And she could do it quickly if you let her. But if you hold on to your shit, then she'll wait for you to let it go. She'll just keep, taking stuff off of you until you finally just surrender to her. And then once you surrender to her and you let her just be like, fine, everything will just fall in place. Like, and you'll be like, wow, I should have done this a long time ago. And she'll even bring people back into your life that you let go of if they're supposed to be there. Just like my boyfriend, I had to let him go through my awakening and go through a bunch of stuff. And then 2 years later, we're back together. And so, and she's the one who brought him back. So it's just like, you just gotta just let it go and let her rebuild you. Because she'll put the kibosh on everything you try if you don't let her. She's in charge. Yeah. Yeah, you should evoke her if you want her to start moving on your behalf. I don't know. I don't know. I think that she broke me down so far that I was just done. I was just over it. I was ready to like go in an insane asylum or something. I just couldn't handle it anymore. And then she broke me down until I was done. And when I was done, I got nothing left. I'm yours. Do it. Do whatever. And then that's when everything changed. And everything's been awesome ever since then. I mean, yeah, I still have to go through shadow work. Everyone does. No one likes it. It's not fun. It sucks. But everybody has to do it. So it's just deal with it. When it happens, you have to go through it. Just accept it and do it and get on with it. Yeah, that's the hard part for me. Because it changed the way I see things so much that I don't feel this. I'm not the same as I used to be. I am, but I'm not. Like, everything had to be okay. This is just an example. Okay, it's a metaphor. Okay, my closet. Everything in my closet was perfect. My clothes were color coordinated. I had a steamer. I would never wear a wrinkled shirt. I didn't own a t-shirt, like a Krampus t-shirt. I would never be caught dead in a Krampus t-shirt. Um, Everything had to be perfect. I wouldn't leave the house in sweats. I always had my stilettos on, blah, blah, blah. Um, and now my closet's a fucking mess and I don't care, you know. So your priorities will change. Your way of looking at things will change. Will be different. Um, she will change all that. Um, yeah. And we think different than muggles. Let's just call, I know people don't like to be called muggles, but I love that term. I know it's a silly term from like a movie or whatever, and but we don't think the same. We don't have the same concerns. We don't have the same thought process. Um, we just think differently. To us, the other different things are more important to us. Um, you know, we just are different. I know it is. That's why I used it. It's not nice, but whatever. Muggle's a muggle. But it's okay. My boyfriend hates it when I call him a muggle. But it's like we're here in this world, in this realm, but we don't feel like we belong here because I feel like I'm more comfortable and I belong in the other realm. And so I like to walk both. Like be part in this one and then part in this one when I have to be. And I think that's a big part of why Hecate brought my boyfriend back to me, because he is really good at keeping me grounded. Before he came back, I was not here hardly ever. Like, I was here physically, but mentally I was there all the time. And so he's really good at pulling me back. He's like, come back, come on, you know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just have different ways of thinking, and things that are important to them are not important to us, and we're like, who cares, you know? Um, but it's just we're just different people, you know, witches are different. We don't accept things that other people would accept. We're like, yeah, fuck that. Do a spell on his ass, you know? We don't have to deal with that. We don't have to, you know, put up with that. We don't have to. You're like, well, you're just going to have to let it be then, if that's the way it is. Like, no. Actually, we don't. But thanks for your concern. Sorry, I keep looking at the spells I have going behind the camera. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta kind of keep it. I don't even get on my Muggle page anymore. I just get on my other pages. Um, that's really difficult to do. So just post your witchy stuff on the Coven Friends page. That's fine. You know, that's what it's there for. That Friends page is a good outlet for us, which is, you know, I think that we got to have our place to put our stuff and not have to worry about offending everybody because we just don't care. But when you have a professional, you know, page that has, like you said, you know, your readers and stuff, you have to be careful. I've been married for 30 years and my husband still doesn't understand my witchy path. Wow, yeah. Well, as long he doesn't have to understand it as long as he accepts that part of you. When they don't accept that part of you, that's not okay, you know, because that's who you are. I've noticed that a lot of more authors are coming out as witches lately. Well, I think that it's not, you know, it's not so hush-hush anymore. Like, I'm like, people, we don't have to be quiet anymore. Well, at least the witches here don't. Like, if you're a witch in the United States, you could be a witch. It's okay. But if you're a witch like in another country where you could get your head chopped off, then you should probably stay quiet. You know? Like if they were gonna come and find me and chop my head off, then I wouldn't say anything either. I prefer to keep my head attached. You know? Yeah. But you know, it's just like it's common sense. You know, we live in the United States. We're free to be who we are. And if you don't want people to know about it, just don't tell them. You don't have to tell them. It's none of their business. Yeah, that's true. It's not. But it is still looked down upon. But so everything is. These days, everything's looked down upon. Like, if you're white, it's looked down upon. If you have dogs, it's looked down upon. If you have cats, it's looked down upon. Everything these days, everybody's offended, everybody's sensitive, everybody's needs a crying space. I'm like, if you gotta cry, go in the fucking bathroom and cry. Like a normal person. Yeah. Yeah. But you know, it is what it is. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, even if they want you to be shamed. Yeah, it's a fad, you know. But you know, I don't know. I think that whatever. I think it was like a fad when I was in school too, but you know, kids like to play around with witchcraft. It's fun. They like to use the Ouija boards and the crystals, and I mean, it's exciting. Why wouldn't they? You know? playing with the things they're not supposed to be playing with. I don't think anybody ever called me a witch. I never had those kind of problems at school. The Wicca crap, yeah. Well, it's just a doorway to the real witchcraft, to primal craft. Anyways, you guys, I have had a great time talking with you all, and I'm going to get off of here and go get set up. I have to do a few things to get set up for tonight's love spells. Your kids wouldn't play with me because I was a bad influence. Well, I've been called a bad influence many times, just not a witch. But now, you know, that's all changed. Now I'm a bad influence and a witch. So I've stepped it up a notch. I think I was too cute when I was little for them to call me a witch or anything, you know. Just this little blonde, curly-haired girl with big blue eyes, you know. I was just the cutest little, my dimples. So I never got called a witch or anything like that. No. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to get off of here and get set up for my love spells. And I love you all, and thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.